Welcome to week 4 of our course. This week, we will focus on adapting physical education activities to meet the needs of children. Inclusive physical education allows all children to participate in physical activities, regardless of their abilities. However, adapting activities for children with SEN can be challenging. In this lesson, we will discuss the principles of differentiation and how to apply them to adapt activities that promote success, inclusivity, and meet the needs of children with diverse abilities. By the end of this presentation, you will better understand the challenges that may arise when adapting physical education activities for children with SEN and be equipped with the knowledge to promote a more inclusive environment in your PE class. As educators, we know that adapting physical education activities to meet the needs of children with special educational needs is crucial to creating an inclusive and supportive environment for all students. We'd love to know how you currently adapt PE activities to meet the needs of these children in your lessons. Your experiences and insights will benefit your colleagues and help promote a more inclusive and supportive environment for all students in physical education. Please take a moment to reflect on your current practices and share your thoughts in your one-to-one this week. Adapting physical activities for children with diverse abilities is crucial for promoting success and participation in PE classes. To modify tasks, teachers can use appropriate equipment, break down activities into smaller steps, provide alternative activities or modifications, and offer additional support and resources. Here's an example of how a task can be modified. Use a larger and softer ball that is easier to catch. Have the child stand closer to the person throwing the ball to increase their chance of catching it. Use a beanbag instead of a ball, which is easier to grasp and catch. Use a partner or wall to practice catching and throwing, as it can be less intimidating and more supportive than catching in a group. Break down the task into smaller steps, such as first practicing throwing and then practicing catching. Provide additional verbal and visual cues to help the child with their timing and positioning. By modifying the task in these ways, the teacher can create a more inclusive environment that promotes success and participation for all children, including those with additional needs. Recognizing diverse needs and abilities is important, and providing a range of modified activities can make them accessible. Teachers can promote physical activity and foster a love for sports and exercise by creating an inclusive and supportive environment. Understanding differentiation is crucial in adapting activities for children with diverse needs in PE classes. Differentiation involves recognizing diverse needs and abilities, providing a range of activities, and modifying activities to make them accessible to children with additional needs. Adapting activities can involve modifying equipment, adjusting game rules, or providing additional support and resources. Creating opportunities for success and promoting inclusion is also vital. This can be done by encouraging all children to participate and engage in activities and offering positive reinforcement for participation and effort. Let's practice differentiating an activity for a child with additional needs. Imagine you have a child in your class who has difficulty with fine motor skills, such as catching a ball. Brainstorm how you would modify the activity to meet their needs. Here's an example of how the task can be modified. Use a larger and softer ball that is easier to catch. Have the child stand closer to the person throwing the ball to increase their chance of catching it. Use a beanbag instead of a ball, which is easier to grasp and catch. Use a partner or wall to practice catching and throwing, as it can be less intimidating and more supportive than catching in a group. Break down the task into smaller steps, such as first practicing throwing and then practicing catching. Could you provide additional verbal and visual cues to help the child with their timing and positioning? Inclusive physical education is crucial in providing all children equal opportunities to participate in physical activities. It is important for teachers to understand the diverse needs and abilities of their students and modify activities to ensure all children are engaged and challenged in physical activity. Applying the principles of differentiation, teachers can provide a range of activities that cater to different abilities and interests and encourage children to work at their own pace. By doing this, teachers can create an inclusive and supportive environment that promotes physical activity and fosters a love for sports and exercise.
It's now time for a quiz to test your understanding of the principles of differentiation and adapting activities in physical education. Please take a moment to reflect on the information covered in this presentation and answer the following questions. What is differentiation in physical education? How can teachers adapt activities to meet the needs of children with different abilities in physical education? What are some ways to promote inclusion in physical education? Please take a moment to reflect on the information covered in this presentation and answer these questions. Here are the answers to the quiz. 1. Differentiation is adapting activities to meet the needs of individual children in PE. 2. Teachers can adapt activities by using props and equipment appropriate for different ages and abilities, breaking down activities into smaller, manageable steps, and offering alternative activities or modifications for children who struggle with certain movements or skills. Three. Some ways to promote inclusion in physical education include encouraging children to work together in teams and pairs, providing positive reinforcement for participation and effort, celebrating the successes of all children, regardless of ability, and encouraging children to challenge themselves in a supportive and positive way. Well done, everyone, that is the quiz over. Let's move on to the final slide for a summary of today's content. In summary, while adapting activities for children with SEN can present challenges, the principles of differentiation offer valuable guidance, including recognizing diverse needs and abilities, providing a range of activities, and modifying activities to make them accessible. Adaptations can range from modifying equipment and game rules to providing additional support and resources. Creating opportunities for success and promoting inclusion is key to fostering a love for sports and exercise in all students. Positive reinforcement and encouragement can help all children to participate and engage in activities at their own pace. Inclusive physical education creates a supportive environment that promotes physical activity. Educators can also benefit from sharing their experiences and insights with colleagues to promote a more inclusive and supportive environment for all students in physical education. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to continuing to support your professional development in inclusive physical education.
See you in the next session. Have a great week and happy teaching.